Hi everyone, Jenny here again. First off, I want to let y'all know, I have tried making this video several times. The first 2 times, I thought the video was too long. The last time, my dog started barking. So, this is it. If she starts barking again, or if it ends up being a super long video, I'm just going to leave it at that. Because I can't trim it down because I'm too excited about this curriculum. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to dive right in. I'll wait. Better let you know, I'm not getting paid by this company. I did not get this curriculum for free to say any good things about it or anything else. I spent my own money on this, and so this is my opinion of how it's working for my child. Okay, now with that being said, I'm going to dive right on it. Okay, I said I was not going to homeschool until July 16th, which I'm not. This is just being done with my older son. This is the only thing that we're doing. We're not doing any of the other curriculum, just this. Everything else will be started on July 16th. My other 2 kids will be started on July 16th. Well, I mentioned before that my oldest son is dyslexic, and that I mentioned in another video that he did the assessment and he ended up at level 1. And that it's amazing, okay? He got really excited whenever it showed up after he did the assessment and everything else. I purchased it showed up. He got really excited. And if you have a dyslexic child, you know how hard it is to get them excited about reading curriculum or anything that involves reading or spelling or grammar or anything like that. Sometimes it goes into math and all that, but with my son, it's just reading and spelling because of the fact that it comes so hard to them. The one thing that I loved, we have been doing this it was 3 weeks on Monday, and I've been following this daily checklist to a T. I love it, okay? And I love the fact that each step is timed. It's 10 minutes for this, 5 minutes for this, 5 minutes for this, 5 minutes for that, 30 minutes for that. And that is the best thing that could ever been done. I swear, I think when she made this curriculum, she had dyslexic children in mind. Because if you have a dyslexic child and you're homeschooling them, or you're even doing public school and getting them homework, you know how hard it is to be like, we have to get this done right now. We only have this much time to get this whole thing done. And that just overwhelms them. That makes them shut down. You are not getting nothing out of that child. So for her, or for the company to take the time to make time allotments for all this stuff, that is perfect. The reader, which you spend 10 minutes on this reader, the only thing, this was not set up with a dyslexic child in mind. So what you do, I have to tell you, I did not buy these, which I think you can get these from Oriental Trading. I'm not 100% sure. I think you can get them off Amazon. But these are line highlighters, okay? My child, whenever he was in public school, which this is my first year homeschooling, so he's been in public school all the way up until now. His teachers, bless their hearts, okay, they tried their hardest to help him. But the one thing in my county, I don't know about anybody else's, but in my county, we do not have a dyslexic specialist in the school system. Their teachers don't get, in my opinion, the proper education on how to educate dyslexic children. Okay, I know my son is not the only one, and they tried their hardest. They went out, they spent their own money, they spent their own personal time researching on how to help him, and I love them. They are some of my favorite people, but this is one that his second grade teacher bought. His first grade teacher, I don't know where that thing disappeared to, and that is bugging me to death. But anyway, this is one. We use the other one more because I'm not really too keen on this bottom portion. But what this does is, whenever they turn to a page like this, okay, all of these words, all they see is a bunch of words and a big old mess on the page. So what you do is you take the line highlighter and you just put it over top of the line. And so it highlights the line that you need to read. I cannot tell you enough good things about this little flimsy thing. This has helped him a lot also. So if you have a dyslexic child, I strongly urge you to get one of these. It's just a line highlighter. This one says Crossbow Education on it, so there's that. And then I think the other one, his other one, I don't know where it was, but I think you can find them on Oriental Trading, Amazon, stuff like that. So this right here has helped him. This right here, I strongly encourage you to get one of these. Even if your child is not dyslexic, this right here could help. The spelling words, 5 to 10 minutes. We do that. And the way that I do that with him is I go through and I ask him on Mondays. I go through and I ask him to, like, he gets his whiteboard out with his, my brain is not working, okay? It's almost midnight and this mama is tired. But his dry erase marker, that's what it is. Dry erase marker, his little eraser. And I go through and ask him how to, like, for instance, how do you spell pray? And he'll write it on there. If he gets it wrong, then I highlight it. I ask him how to spell have. He writes it down. He gets it right. I just leave it alone, and I move on to the next one. Except I do check mark mastered because he automatically was able to tell me. Now, the first day we went through, and when I got 4, we stopped there. And then we go through every week, or throughout the week, Monday through Thursday. After we find the words, we'll continue to go through those until the 5 minutes is up. Okay, and then Tuesday through Thursday, we just practice on those 4 words. Or we practiced on those 4 words. And then on Friday, he got a test. He missed 1. Okay, which, mind you, that is really good for him. So then I added that one into the next week's, and which was last week. And we went to 5 words. Okay, so the 4 new words with the 1 word that he missed the previous week. So we went through and we did that. And so he ended up missing 3 of the 5 words. So those 3 words that he missed went into this week's. And then I just added in 2 new words. So that made 5 words also. And I have to tell you, like, even when the 5 minutes was up, because with the dyslexic child, you do not want to rush them. So if you ask how to, like, I'm like, how do you spell very? He has to take the time to break that word up in his mind to be able to spell that. Like, this is how it was explained to me for a dyslexic child. If they see, say there's a white fur ball over in a corner. Okay, a normal child, well, I don't say normal, but a child that does not have dyslexia walks by that white fur ball. They'll be like, oh my God, that's a cat. But what a dyslexic child has to do is they end up breaking up every single bit and every single angle of this white fur ball, and then they will tell you that it's a cat. Okay, if that gives you a description in your brain, because it really helped me understand. So the word berry, he has to break it up. Like, he'll go, and then he'll like, okay, so what letter makes the, and then it'll be like he's going through the entire alphabet until he gets to the, and then he'll write V. And then the next word is er. So he has to go through, and he has to be like, well, it makes the sound and then so forth. So that is how that works. Basically how, whenever you open this lesson, the phonogram pages, ooh, what just happened? It just glitched. Okay, anyway, the phonogram pages, they are perfect. So whenever basically a new letter sequence is brought in, it breaks words up into phonograms, and then it has the actual word underneath. That has helped him so much because, like the word mean, for instance, it goes mean, okay, and then they say mean. That is basically what a dyslexic child needs. They need to see that broken up, because then automatically when they see the word mean, they're like, okay, so this is broken up like this, so that word means mean. That is why whenever we do the sight word cards, you do not want to rush them through these, okay? And then another thing, the way that they want this done is they should be able to, is that it says that they should be able to look at these words and be like, okay, that is ahead, away, pull, pull. But what I don't do with my son, and with any dyslexic child you should not do, is expect them to be able to look at this and be like, okay, that's ahead, that's away, that's a pull, that's pull. No. Because like I said, in their brains, they have to take that word, like they have to take a head, and they have to take it apart. Okay, so if it takes him up to 15 seconds, then I will be like, okay, so you're not, that word is a head, so let's move on to the next one. And if another 15 seconds, because okay, so when my daughter, who's not dyslexic, when she does this, I will expect her to be able to just look at it and be like, okay, that, got it, good job. But my dyslexic child, I know, I have done a ton of research, so I know how his brain is doing what his brain is doing to words whenever he looks at it. It is breaking them up. Okay, so a head isn't just a head. A head is, there's an A over here, there's an H over here, there's an E, there's an A, there's a D, and he has to take all those letters and he has to put them together to make that work. That is basically how his brain is. So it'll take him anywhere from 15 to 20 seconds, but to be able to tell you what that word is. That is fine. But any longer than 20 seconds, 15, 20 seconds, whatever you want to allot, time allot for that word, if they take longer than that, then tell them. But if he takes him 10 seconds on this word, 15 seconds on this word, 20 seconds on this word, 15, 20, that's okay. If he gets them all right, then I'll check mark it. But no longer than 20 seconds. Because yeah, I guess I'm mean like that. But he has mastered 5 boxes. Yes, he has mastered 5 boxes so far, and now we're working on the 6th box on this page. So that is really, really good. I will tell you that we did have a little struggle on the second mini reader, because you get these little books. I did a whole thing on the curriculum. What's a reveal, a look through and all that on one of the videos. So if you watch it, you've seen that there's these little mini books. He did struggle on this one, because where it's a lot of words on each page. Well, in his mind, it was a lot of words, especially when we got to pages that were set up like this. And I just had to explain to him it's the same amount of words, it was just laid out differently. So this did overwhelm him a little bit, but he did it. He made it through. You just have to make sure that you tell. I just had to make sure that I told him, sit back, breathe, relax, and then come to it. That's why some of the lessons that we did, like lesson 9 and lesson 11, I believe it was, that's why they took 3 days to do, because, like I said, I'm not going to rush him. Like I said, dyslexic children, their brain is wired differently. It works differently than our brains, or a person who does not have dyslexia, their brains. So it will take them a little bit longer. And if you try to push them, they will shut down. And that's one thing that I was afraid of. That's why I went ahead and pulled him out of the public school system, because that whole No Child Left Behind law or rule or whatever it is, that it can hurt some kids, and it was going to eventually hurt him, because where he was getting pushed and things were just going to get harder, and he wasn't getting the help that he needed. So I went ahead and pulled him out, and that's why we're homeschooling this year, so he wouldn't get rushed through, and we wouldn't end up losing him, because I was afraid. And even his teacher last year, and his teacher in first grade, his teacher in second grade, that's one of the things that they were afraid of. His teacher in first grade actually started crying because where he got held back in the first grade. Because of the dyslexia, and because he was not caught up with the other kids in the reading and the writing and the spelling and all that. So he got held back for that reason. And his teacher in first grade, after his second year of first grade, she ended up crying, because she was like, I can't send him to second grade because I'm afraid we're going to end up losing him. And then his teacher this past year, when he was leaving the second grade, because they could only get held back once between kindergarten and third grade, she ended up crying because she was afraid that we were going to lose him if we got pushed through. And then I was like, he's not getting what he needs, so I ended up pulling him out. Those teachers agreed with it. They were like, you do that, because I told him, I was like, I can pull him out and I can slow him down if he needs to be. That is one of the things that I love about homeschooling. The idea that, well, not just an idea, but the true fact that if they are slower in a subject, you can take and mold that subject to fit them. If they are ahead in a subject, you can mold that subject to fit them. And that's what I love. And that's what we're doing. But yes, I just love how this is broken down, because I tell you what, that is exactly how it is breaking down in this dyslexic child's mind. That is how words. So I love that they can visually see that wish is wish, and it's broken up W-I-S-H, because now whenever he sees that word, that's how it is in his brain, and he reads that word so much quicker because he is visually seeing that wish is broken up like that. And so I love that. And he loves these little word paths. He loves these little things right here. He enjoyed doing that so much. And he loved doing this part right here, where they had to try to find and see if these words right here were in here. And he loved to let him take the highlighter to the words instead of circling, which it tells you circle or highlight the words. And he loves the fact that I let him use my highlighter for it. And he has enjoyed, I know I've seen a few videos where the kids didn't enjoy coloring, but he has enjoyed doing the coloring. Right here. He has one of those little pins. I got him from the Dollar Tree that you push down and it changes colors, or they can change the colors of the ink. And that's what he uses to color these with. Okay, and another thing I want to tell you is my daughter, she's in a level 1, like he is, and she's going into the 1st grade, and everything came easy from kindergarten. She got hundreds on all her reading, she got hundreds on all her spelling, she got hundreds on all that. And so I wanted something that would challenge her, and she did not like that idea. I do have to tell you that. And because whenever I was doing supplemental work at home, she was doing her reading and stuff at a 2nd grade level. She was doing math at the 3rd grade level. And so I knew for a fact she was not getting challenged enough in kindergarten. And so when I tried his with her before I bought her a course book. She did the assessment. She came in at the level 1, but I just wanted to double check to make sure she was going to get challenged enough. And let me tell you, she did not like that. It challenged her. She actually broke down and started crying and everything, because if something comes easily to you your entire life, or your entire school life, and then you go into something that challenges you, you're not going to like that at all. And she didn't. And she's like, I don't want to be homeschooled. I want to go back to public school and blah, blah, blah. And so I did some research on some other YouTube videos about how to make it more exciting for a child coming out of public school into homeschool. And I forget whose channel it was, but she had the idea of doing a little countdown. So right there is the countdown. She changes it every day. And okay, not every day, because a couple of times my oldest has changed it. But he really doesn't. He just wanted to do it. Just, I think, to aggravate her. I don't know. Brotherly, sisterly love. And right there's his spelling words. But, so that has helped her. She's getting more and more excited. She's telling everybody, and I get homeschooled in 19 days and blah, 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 because they just changed it before they went to bed. And so, like, every day that counts down, she's telling everybody, this is how many more days. So she's loving it. And then she helped me make a little sign for the front door, because a lot of every friend that they have over next door, they are all them kids are in the public school system. So we made a sign that says, school's out on one side and school's in on another side, to let all their little friends know that whenever it's turned to school's in, they cannot come over. And so she really enjoyed helping me make that. So that's helped her. And so she's getting more excited. And so I'm hoping that she sticks with it whenever we actually start doing it. But we'll see. I'll do another update on it whenever we start with her. I'll do like our first week of homeschooling, because this is my first year, so I've never done it before. So on my first week, I'll do an update. Alright, well, did I show you the phonics cards? I don't think I showed you the phonics cards. Okay, with him, we use these, and he has mastered in 3 weeks. He has mastered all these. So if you have a dyslexic child, you know that is a lot for 3 weeks. But what I do with these is, again, like I do with the phonics, the sight words, If it takes him 10, 15 seconds to tell me each of these words, that's okay. He's got it. But if it takes any longer, then I tell him what it is, and then it goes into the continue to work on pile, which they call it something else in there. Not mastered. Review. I don't know. Yeah. It's in one of the other videos. But anyway, so again, 10, 15 seconds to tell me that word, that's okay. It goes into the mastered pile, or the review pile, because later on he's going to review, we're going to review all these. So, that's it. Again, I apologize that this video is so long. I just wanted to get everything in and tell you how I've been doing it, and that it's been working for him, and that I am so happy. Yeah. The good and the beautiful, people. If you have a dyslexic child, I really recommend it. Alright, well that's it. If you have any questions, comments, ideas for anything, just leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.